Yes, people, there's no much time to waste. We just have to get into it. This is a very short one, less than an hour, you could say, around that, about an hour or so. With too much to talk about, I think we have to start as soon as possible. Pochettino has officially assigned. We'll wait official announcement from the club in 48 hours' time. I think this shows the plan has always been to wait until the end of the season to give fans something fresher to look forward to. All sports fans, Adam, lots of work already for me in the chat to get to do, but I'll try my best. I don't think I'll try my best to get everything. Thank you for everything you have done for Chelsea. Cesar Azpilicueta, that's a good tribute to him. I read it actually even before the show started. This game is all about you, Dave. The service, the blood, sweat, the tears, the leadership, the trophies you helped win for Chelsea. Yeah, you don't take away that man's leadership. Don't take away, even if you think it's not the best of leaders you've ever seen, but his commitment is something special. You've always given 1,000%. We're bagging 8 million by actually from Marseille. You deserve the send off and this day to be your success. Thank you for writing. It's interesting, so I'm going to try and read it as much as I can from it. I don't want Mason Mount controversy to spoil this day for you. I think I feel the same. In my eyes, it looks like he's been turned. It looks like he's been turned, and now once the fact that there's no Europe and everything else, you can argue again. You can see it from so many perspectives. Every increase in money can turn players' head now. Thank you for the memories, Mason. We will miss you. I hope you end up with your best mate Declan Rice somewhere also. He goes to where luck can favor him, or where the manager will look beyond his industry and recognizes a young player needs a lot of coaching and help him becomes an even better player and help him reach the heights we all know and deep down believe Mason Mount can actually reach. Chelsea will be strong without Mount. Players come and go, but football club ultimately can shape their future for many decades and beyond. No matter where he goes and how well he does, you will link his progress as a footballer to Chelsea Football Club. It's as simple as that. I'd like to see Felix up top call it a final audition for if we sign him. I don't know, but I'm sick of that. I would do Dutch for final for 4 to 5 minutes. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm just going to wait. I've decided to always follow the punch. If I try to go against it, I would be hurt badly. For my mental health sake, I'm not going to start to try to predict something I know isn't possible. I'll just wait. Whatever Frank does, I'll take it. After all, this is his last game for the club. But this would be my team: Mendy, Hall, Silva, Koulibaly, Aspi, Enzo, Loftus-Cheek, Carney, Chukwuemeka, Mudryk. Annoying me, but 89 million. And Starlin might be out. Madueke, Felix. I think Mudryk will be fine. He hasn't actually done too much bad. How many times has he gotten the chance to start? Will Mies Aspi, too many idiots want to hate on him, forgetting all he's done for the club. Unfortunately, that's the case. I haven't had friends who are hating on him. I would not do that. I respect him, and here's the thing: the argument I presented. He didn't just come back to us because for the sake of it. He really wanted to leave because he recognized it was time to leave. But we realized we wanted him. We needed him. Not solely for his footballing ability, but because of his leadership skills. Because we wanted to maintain a certain measure of should I say continuity there. And you could argue without him we could have been worse off. Because at the time we had lots of players out and he had to come in and do a job for us. And believe me, he hasn't been bad as people make it out to be. I get it. Even if you feel like, he's gone past his prime, that's it. Just say, you know what, please after this, just go. It's as simple as that. But unfortunately, a lot of people are taking it too far. Chukwuemeka, 19 years old. I cannot wait to see him develop. He's going to be a huge player. He's one player I'm begging for the club not to even consider sending him out on loan. It will be a huge mistake. Hopefully, I have the lineup on my screen already. If not, I will give it a refresh to see. Big up yourself, brother. Brianni Yahayu, a.k.a. 343, Dialoma, a.k.a. Vivel FC, a.k.a. Contender FC. Always nice to see you, brother, and I appreciate all the love Hate Aspie, that's not true. Most of us just think it's time. But you should hear, no, here's the thing. It's easy to interpret it as hate, given the way people present their arguments as to why they think he shouldn't be on the club. Sometimes the way you present your case leaves room for interpreted to be interpreted as hate. But Vic, always nice to see you. I don't get why Don Felix started after scoring previous on 2 occasions. He's actually one of the better finishers we have right now. Unfortunately, like I've said, Frank is so confused. He's actually not sure what to do with Joao Felix. Unfortunately, that's how I see it. So here's the lineup here. We knew, and we had the conversation. We knew experience was going to come in. I was actually thinking it was going to be both Thiago Silva and Koulibaly starting. But this one thing is sure. This proves my point that it looks like Frank Lampard trusts Chalobah more than he trusts Wesley Fofana. I'm sure he's not injured. So let's look at the 11 and look at those we have on the bench. The starting 11 here. What's happening to my screen here? Keparis Balaga between the six two center backs. Chalobah to the left, Thiago Silva to the right, left back Lewis Hall, right back Cesar Spilicueta. This is his last game. Makes sense. Enzo Fernandez central in a 3-man midfield to his left. Ruben Loftus-Cheek to his right. Conor Gallagher. For me, honestly, I would have gone with that 4-1-4-1 structure. It really worked. I don't know if it will still be the same. Maybe as the game starts, we'll get a good understanding with regards to what structure he's chosen to deploy. To his right, Conor Gallagher. The front three, Kai Havertz essentially to his right, Noni Madueke, Stalin on to the left of Kai Havertz. To me, maybe the treatment of Joao Felix, maybe it's a sign that we actually don't want to keep him. I'm not too sure what to make of that because it just doesn't make any sort of sense. In the front three, comprised of Kai Havertz, Raheem Sterling, and Madueke, it's simple. I think Felix should be started. But as I've argued before, Lampard is so confused. He's not too sure of what to do with Joao Felix. Okay, this is the injured players. Why am I not seeing the bench here? Is it hidden somewhere? Yeah, I'm not seeing the bench here, but the injured players. The injured players: Reece James, N'Golo Kante, Mason Mount, Marcus Bettinelli, Marco Correa, Benoit Berdeshila, Ben Chilwell, Amanda Broya. Why are we not seeing the bench players here? I'm going to check the fifth side. I want to get a good idea of with regards to those players on the bench. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, there you go. Okay, lineups. 4-3-3 structure. Okay, I'm looking for the bench, so that's correct so far. Substitutes: Akani Chukwuemeka, Khalidou Koulibaly, Kovacic is on the bench, Hakim Ziyech on the bench, Christian Pulisic on the bench, Mendy on the bench, Joao Felix on the bench, Wesley Fofana on the bench, Mihailo Mudryk on the bench, Dacho Fofana not even on the bench. So I'm not too sure what Frank is doing. But let's see what happens. I don't get it. Frank is so confused. That indeed a true coach. Honestly, I have to be honest, and I'm serious about that. We're not sure what he's doing. Porter clueless, Frank confused, but who cares? As we kiss goodbye to this 2022-2023 season, what a relief! A huge relief indeed for the fans. I think again, I do feel bad for the mental health of our fan base because it's been a heck of a ride. Bumpy ride all the way. Sterling is fit though. He was out. Carney deserved to start again, and that's how you treat youngsters. Once they show that confidence, follow it up with another game, and they'll become even better. The rest will be history. But unfortunately, we found him on the bench right now. Carney deserves to start. So annoying. It's so predictable how Frank lines up. He has his favorites. No way. We will be signing Felix though. He'd 100% start today. I don't think that's, to me, is more of a sign that we're not too serious about signing him, or maybe it's a strategy to try to get his price down. But I think how we've treated him so far, he will probably opt to leave, even if we're serious about getting him, of which I've made that argument before, presented that argument that we're not going to sign him. We don't have the luxury to do that. We'll have other areas of priority, if that makes sense. I presume that Modric will start a final game after all the negativity and at last a chance this season. I'd rather leave him. I want him to start with a fresh start. Frank hasn't treated him well. So even when he gets a chance, he probably will be trying too much to impress him, or maybe inadvertently making such mistakes. We saw even can't even control the ball in some occasions, which I know he has an excellent first touch actually. But when you treat a player like that, even when they get a chance, they're not going to be able to perform. Apart from Frank, I don't get him. I don't either. And it's concerning. Havertz stalling again. Get this guy out. Whoever is in charge of the selection of players, it's me, not Frank. Maybe if you don't know. I'm gonna go to Ty. Straight up to you, Ty. Can you put the link to your channel in the comment section when you get a chance so that I can pin it up? People will go check it. But Ty, your thoughts on the lineup? Would you have done anything differently?
Just did that actually. Funny enough.
Go ahead.
I'm saying I did that. Funny enough, I just went onto YouTube and to paste the link there, and then he just sent it. But yeah, Havertz starting again is something that I don't understand. Looking at the bench, Dutch Fofana is not even there, so it's not like we're gonna be able to play a number 9 really. João Felix not starting is kind of surprising to me, considering that he's been one of the better attackers for us. It's kind of ironic because back when even when we weren't scoring a lot of goals, Havertz was scoring goals and everybody else, and Felix kept shooting, but he kept hitting the post or shooting wide. I know he's
which is close.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So those who were scoring before and not scoring now, are simply the ones that were outperforming quote unquote Felix in terms of scoring. So I would have wanted to see Felix play, but the theory about if we want to keep him, I don't really think that it's not a case where we don't want to keep him. I think it's probably the second thing which you said, which is probably trying to get his price down, but like he's made it clear that he would like to remain at the club or return to the club after he returns to Atletico Madrid from the loan. But I'm kind of surprised Havertz is playing again because he's been very poor in terms of finishing and everything. But it's unfortunate. Gallagher starting again. I'm hoping that he can perform better than he did against Man United. He was struggling extremely, and
he was confused.
The only positive is that yeah. So I'm hoping that he can step up his game, but I would not have started Gallagher. But like I mean, I wouldn't want to rush back any other player who's probably not as sharp much sharp. So I guess we'd have to go with players that have been playing game after game and know the supposed structure. But yeah, I mean the midfield is something that I still have a bit of concern with, but with Loftus-Cheek there who can put in a shift at times, even though that's not his ideal position. I think it's not as inexperienced as the midfield we had against Man United. So it's not as bad. But like I'm happy that Silva is playing again in the defense because we needed that experience against Man United, and it's obvious because Chalobah was going up. Fofana made mistakes as well. He was shaky, so it's good. We have nobody else to play other than Aspi. Unless we would have decided to play Fofana, then Chalobah's that right back. But Lewis Hall playing, I'm happy that he's getting the opportunity because he was one of the better players and arguably the best player we had against Man United. Well, not the best, but he was he was one of the best players because he had Madueke and him really being influential as well as Chukwemeka. But I think it's a lineup that I wouldn't have chosen in entirety, but it's the last game of the season. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. We just need to get this game over with, and then we refresh and we reset and everything because this season has been long, and it's been it has had a lot of change and confusion, and we just need to conclude because it's been a very poor season.
It's been a very long one. IBC has always said it was going to be a long season, but it's longer than I expected to see. If you're watching us on Twitter, if you haven't, please follow the Chelsea Perspective Twitter on Twitter. Even if you're in the chat, if you have a Twitter account, please follow Chelsea Perspective on Twitter. And for those of you that are watching the stream on Twitter, please do follow us. That will go a long way for us. No, Carney, this is a no. I'm not sure. He's a young player, and as well as he did in the last game, should have started again to boost his confidence. But Frank Lampard has other plans. We suspected he was going to bring in experience, especially in the defensive line. He did that, but why isn't Carney Chukwuemeka started? I'd rather start him over Conor Gallagher, honestly. But I think Conor Gallagher's defensive contributions is the reason why he started him. Paul Felix, indeed, we're not sure. I'm not sure. Like Ty said, I think the case may well be again. It may well be a strategy to bring down his price. But I think if we really want to keep him, the way we're treating him doesn't help. But he's been a great professional. Maybe he recognizes. Wait, this guy. This is his last game today. He leaves. Pochettino comes in, and if Poch likes him, I think we'll try and keep him, even if it means keeping him one more year on loan, and then try to get him when we balance the books enough. Frank cannot make Mount cannot make Mount as teacher pet, or Mount just cannot make himself as one no more. So the next candidate is clearly Gallagher. I think I agree with that argument. He likes Gallagher. Frank, like I said, Frank, he likes players that does a lot of running on the pitch, honestly, which is his sort of player he was. Frank, actually, as good as he was, I must say, no disrespect to him, wasn't the most technically gifted, but he's so hardworking and all that. But that's, by the way, I get your argument, really. Here's a link to my bro's YouTube channel. He's been so busy with his education, and I haven't been helping that much as I usually would like to help myself because I understand his situation. Please, if you haven't subscribed to Title's YouTube channel, you don't know what you're missing. Brianni, Yahayu, all of you in the chat, God the Frogs, Kunle, Kuku, all of you there, all Sportsman, Adam, Santiago Munoz, Thomas Bates, go check out his YouTube channel. Subscribe, be sure to let him know I sent you. He deserves to have more than 1,000 subscribers, but he's been busy. But go check it out, you will not regret it. What is wrong with Lampard, Santiago Munoz? I honestly do not know. I hope if I don't know what his managerial career, what direction is going right now. Dacho Fofana not even on the bench. I don't get why Havertz gets at that spot religiously. You could argue, and I don't know why either. Dacho Fofana deserves more respect than the way we've treated him. Believe me, had he been given enough time from the time of Potter, by now he'd be one of our best players. But you can't treat players like this and expect when you give them opportunity for them to fire on all cylinders. It doesn't work like that. I am already 2 stellars down. Was preparing for the lineup, and he's laughing. Yeah, it's shocking, really. I know your favorite Chelsea player ever. He's done it again. If Chuku didn't start this game, I said it. It'd be amazed. Here am I amazed. Yeah, unfortunately. Frank is unpredictable. That is predictably unpredictable. Felix has had a big impact on the team. Then Enzo, they arrived around the same time. Yet he plays. He plays every second. Give Lewis Hall a go in the midfield. Maybe I think we should, but unfortunately, the kid is going to accept whatever role that is offered to him just to get a chance to play. And I think he'll get a chance to play in the midfield area. He's just playing there now because we need him there. He's naturally a left footer, correct me if I'm wrong. So probably the most suitable to fulfill that role for us at this point. Kunle Kuku, my Niger bro, always nice to see you. He says, why is Lampard starting Havertz? Gallagher installing Lampard is clueless. I am sorry, say can headless chicken Gallagher and malaria. No, please, so sad. I cannot wait for fresh start. A fresh start is what we're all looking forward to. And what the timing to let us know that Pochettino has signed. I think even though there's no official announcement yet, I think they knew exactly what they were doing. The teacher pet, Conor Gallagher, and Mickey Mouse. I'm not going to get into that. Dacho Fofana deserves to start. Unfortunately, he's not even on the bench for it. Chekios, maybe the space that didn't accommodate all the players on the bench. It could be a contract thing. Certain players need a certain amount of starts. Don't know, just throwing it out there. And I'm not gonna catch what you what you're throwing out there. Lewis Hall on the porch can develop. If he was at City, I am sure Pep would take him. But we're not going to let him go. Pep would turn him into a worthy. He's up there. 18-year-old, such maturity in a tough situation, very versatile in box to box. He's an excellent passer of the ball too. He has good vision too. Coach, could it be the data that Havertz generate per game, like heat map, positional, deep, progressive play, which makes him get selected? I think you could argue the statistics. You could argue the last time we looked at it, you could say it has wielded a great influence on what player Frank Lampard selects for each of the games he's played since he joined us, because we'll do that today again. That may well be the case. Cannot believe Lampard folded like this. Well, unfortunately, he's done. Enzo needs a fresh partner in the midfield. Let that happen. We don't have too much time for this particular show. I'm going to go to Francis immediately. Francis, what do you make of the lineup? Would you have done anything differently if you were in charge? And big up to you. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, brother. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Work, and sometimes I have to go to the therapy because of these games. I'm playing with that one. But
we all need that. It's mentally draining, really.
Mentally draining, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning and good afternoon to everyone in the world, wherever you come from. It's the last game of the season, so let's go on with it. This lineup, look, I feel like I speak for every Chelsea fan. All that matter right now is win a game, because we've tried every lineup possible. We've done 5 other back, 5-4-1, 3-4-3-3, like 3-4-3. All what matters right now is let's win the game, because I think Frank Lampard has played most of the new players that we've had at that right foot, at that right place position, and yet we've lost games and we've drew games. So it's like, at this point, it's like, what could I have done different? Kante is injured. Even when Kante was playing, we still lost. So at this point, I have no comments for this lineup. What could I have done different? I don't know. Maybe put Kai Havertz as bench, because I think he's done. We need a striker. Give confidence more to David Fofana, because what did we buy him for? And stuff like that. That's all I would have done different.
I think I agree with you, and I think, especially when you're talking about him playing as number 9, I just think there's a good player in him, but that's not the point right now. With a fluid approach, in that approach there, it's good to watch, but it doesn't bite. We don't unsettle the opposition defenders, and they enjoy playing against us. But if you bring in somebody like that to Fofana, he's more physical and can unsettle them to a considerable measure, which means that they have work to do. But with this, they don't have work to do, which means to get in behind, to get a chance to score, it has to do with no measure of pragmatism about it. And I think Newcastle, they'd be able to deal with us effectively. This will not bite in any way. Honestly, I get it. I don't even like it that Chukwuemeka didn't get a chance to start because he was excellent. He was. I don't know what else to say. Let me just get what we have in the chat and get Roger to speak his mind. I am already subbed to Chelsea Sessions, Coach, top channel. I'd advise all Chelsea fans, whether you're on panel on the panel, and if you haven't subscribed to Talk's YouTube channel called Chelsea Sessions, you have to. Believe me. I know I don't preach that if I don't mean it. I don't preach. I don't ask you to go subscribe to everybody's channel. To be honest, Lewis Hall is a perfect inverted wing back. And like I've always said, I'm sure you've heard me say that, I'd rather go with the back 3 and play him in a wing back role. I've seen him there before, and then I nearly lost my voice on the day because he is naturally a midfielder, but plays on the back position. And boy, his vision is excellent, really. Jerry Z, Coach, you can have me for any work without pay. My love for Chelsea is unconditional. I appreciate that. Maybe you become the studio engineer. And I heard you say you want to come onto the panel someday. Just hit me up via Twitter or Instagram, and we make that work. Big up to you, my brother. Just thanking you. Ty is thanking All Sports fan Adam for subscribing. Let's see what else we have here. Mount, Chilwell, and Felix all have to be psychologically strong due to their court issues and broken heart. Our players have a lot to deal with, not just football on the pitch, but outside the pitch. I think Derek, Derek, I think that's a good thing to talk about. We must also, again, when we judge these players, in most cases, we must judge them. Not all the time, we must judge objectively. It just doesn't make sense to just judge them subjectively. I don't think that's okay. Goal, who scored already, JC? It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well, brother. Big up everyone. Lavia scores in overtime to beat US to bronze in ice hockey. I know you like ice hockey, and every time you come here, that's the first thing you bring up here. But that's, by the way, big up to you. I hope you're doing well. I respect Lampard as player, but not as a gaffer. Man, this is a joke lineup. I'm not sure what to make of it. Roger will handle those court issues amazingly and pro bono way. No pay. He doesn't need pay. But Roger, coming to you, brother, what do you make of the lineup? Would you have done anything differently?
No, it's a perfect lineup. Yeah, of course. It's horrible. I don't get it, Coach. Why isn't Carney starting?
And that's isn't that how you've told us before? That's how you follow kids. Once they show that confidence, follow it up with another game. But
no, you reinforce it. You reinforce the positives.
That's the term. Sorry, I don't know English, but go ahead.
Me not English either. Don't worry. So, actually, listen. I love Thiago Silva, but I didn't want him to start. I wanted Fofana to start or Badiashile. I want the youngsters to be thrown in.
Badiashile, he's injured. You mean he's injured?
But Badishile's not even on the bench, is he? My apologies.
He was actually going to miss. He was going to miss the start of the season.
Yeah, so I would have wanted Fofana to have started with Chalobah. Let them form a relationship. Listen, you can't buy this you can't duplicate this kind of game. It's a pre-season, yet played with the ferocity, with the speed, with the intensity of a regular season game. This would have been invaluable. No disrespect to Thiago Silva. He's seen it all before. I know what Frank wants to do. He wants to do damage limitation. I get it. I'm just looking at the big picture. That's all. Hall, I have no problem. I get why you want a back three or whoever said that and have Hall play an inverted wing back. I get that. But I think this is invaluable experience for him also if he's ever required to play in this position in the future, or if he actually turns out to be, he'll be half full-time left back if we play with a back four in the future. I have no problem with that. He needs
Did you see Rahayu's argument saying he would play him in the wing back role?
No, I get that. But also, that doesn't dismiss the fact that he can also play within a full-back position as such, a left back. So the thing that stuck out for me first was my cousins playing. I don't get that. Why no Mudryk? But Carney is the bigger issue, I think. Carney, seriously, Also, you're going to laugh at me, but I wouldn't have mind seeing Slonina play. Listen, this is a regular season game. I get that. And I probably sound disrespectful to Newcastle. That's not the case. I don't mean it as such. I'm just looking at this as a bloody pre-season game. You can't buy this kind of experience knowing the fact that it's not going to be played with a pre-season atmosphere and pace.
Wait, this is not showing all the players on the bench. Okay, Mendy is on the bench. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mendy's on the bench, but I'm just saying I would have liked to have seen. So Fofana 33 is not Datra. It's the it's Thingy Bob. It's our defensive centre back. At least he didn't start Ziyech. I would have also liked to see João Felix start, perhaps.
What do you make of that? We've talked about that.
Don't forget, he's on the loan. We're paying for him regardless whether he pays or not. But we're paying for his salary, but we're also paying for his presence on the squad. So I don't know. I would have liked to see more of him play. I think he's deserved that, not because of his solo goal. I just think that's the same for always. He is a person that when he's on the field, you can tell he's a cut above the rest. I personally rate him. I think he's an elite player. I really do. I really value. He's very technical. His first touch, spatial awareness. Yes, he lacks upper body strength and not exactly blazing speed, but what he lacks, he makes up for in other departments, in my opinion, honestly.
What do you make of his situation? To me, it's a telling sign. To me, it just seems as if we're not serious about keeping him, because you can't treat him like this and expect him to be willing to stay. Or except if he looks at the situation and says, okay, this man has just one game left, and Pochettino comes in and it's all good, or maybe if Poch has actually spoken with him, I don't know. But what you make of it, really?
No, I don't think we can read into anything because of the fact Poch isn't, at least as far as we know, not choosing the team. And I think it's highly unlikely that's ever taken place. So via back channels or directly. So I personally think this has no reflection on what Poch would want whatsoever. I think you're reading way too much into that. If anyone does
Roger,
that.
you just broke my heart.
Well,
What you're telling me in public.
I was going to personally say that it's something political. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like there's something political going on in this lineup day in and day out, because it don't make sense that Joao Felix kisses the badge and pointing at the fans and score goals, and yet he doesn't start a game. And it's kind of weird. And we're gonna keep on putting Kai Havertz, the guy who misses chances, the guy who's not a striker, as a number 9. Like, I don't get this. Is this a backyard sell already? Putting players like Loftus-Cheek and Gallagher next to Enzo Fernandez, so we could, I don't know, make some money on this coming up summer, because I don't know why we got better players, but yet.
Well, see what they do provide, though. They provide
anything political?
Pace and strength. No, I don't buy the politics. I think he's looking at Loftus-Cheek. He's good on the ball. He's big. He's strong. He wants someone to.
And we're lacking in that area, really. We're lacking in that area.
And then Gallagher,
I would have loved to get another chance today.
Yes, of course. I would also, of course, any day of the week. And Gallagher, listen, whether you like him or not, watch his games. Watch what he does. You know, he brings industry. You know, and whether you like that or not.
That, and for me, I would look beyond that, really.
You can and you can't, because this isn't the Spanish league. No disrespect to them or even the Italian league. This is a basketball game for all intents and purposes. It's up and down, and you need that industry if you want to close and press. So these are things that he can do that some players either can't or are not willing to do. You know,
the reason why I said pause is because what did Chukwuemeka do wrong last game?
Nothing.
If
anything, nothing really. Exactly. See, the thing. But go ahead. Here's why it's difficult to call it politics. Chukwuemeka is English. Frank is English. So some people that have been, I'm not sure what to make of it, really. But go ahead, Roger.
Yeah. So if anything, if you're thinking there's an English bias, then he would definitely start Carney over anybody. But he hasn't. So listen, I can't substantiate and back up any logical reason why Carney isn't starting. I really can't. I'm speechless with regards to that. It's nonsensical to me. It has to be either he's got a knock, or the fact that he wants to give other people an opportunity, or it's training during the week. Some coaches in certain sports only go by what they do in between the week on the training field. And some coaches pay little regard to what they do on the training field, because they know that person.
Just quickly. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, you were making.
Well, they know that person is not a very good training individual, but always shows up in games. You know, it all depends. You know, I've heard that from different coaches in different sports.
But so they
have different mindsets, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So sorry, Roger. I don't mean to be rude.
Politics is because they've been zero investment on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The last game that we put him on, you could tell, like, even our practice is not even being used. Like, the way his touches were poor and his shorts were poor, true, but you could tell, like, his positioning and where he
For
was.
multitude of reasons, but go ahead with what you were saying.
See that header Kai Havertz missed last game? okay, if you had a natural number 9, which we do, Aubameyang and Duffer Fofana, it would have been I said Duffer Fofana, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Fofana,
I
our
know.
striker.
I know.
It
Yeah.
would have been a different story. But when you have two coaches that comes in and both don't play Aubameyang, there has to be something wrong.
Well, I tell you, with regards to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, I personally, this is just my opinion, I wouldn't even have him on the squad.
Thank you for the disclaimer, Roger.
No, because he's got no.
No, but
listen,
I know. I'm just kidding.
the game has
That's what we
passed
do
him
here.
by.
That's our culture here. Go ahead.
The game has passed him by. He's not playing in a position where you have the luxury of no disrespect to any centre backs like Thiago Silva or a goalkeeper. You don't need to put in that kind of industrious effort. But excuse me, most modern coaches, most modern teams, they like to press from the front, and he can't do that. He doesn't have the legs anymore. It's not his fault. It's just a fact. He just doesn't. I've watched every game that Chelsea have played this year at least twice, and every time I see him on the field, he just doesn't have the legs. He just doesn't run. I think that's a major part. You know, perhaps if that wasn't part of the job requirement, perhaps there's justification, but that's my observation. It doesn't mean anything.
And just quickly,
So
in the case of
why.
Aubameyang, I would say he struggled in that particular game for myriad of reasons. He's match rusty, not fully fit, and all
Yeah,
that.
there's a myriad.
And I get it. It's easy to look at this lineup and take the argument.
Can I just say, was it Francis, sir? I agree. Listen, we haven't seen enough of David or Datra Fofana. I love Kai. I would not start him because I want to see. We know what Kai can do, and I rate Kai highly. I want to see bloody Datra Fofana start. You know, assuming he's healthy. You know, why not give him this? This is an unbridled gift of a circumstance where you can play a real Premier League game with no ramifications. Yeah, I know you can be one place higher in the league that equates to like £1 to £2 million difference. That's it. But other than that, you can't duplicate this preseason in essence.
You cannot, yeah. In the case of Dacho Fofana, I think the whole mistake of how we handled his integration into the team started on the ground. But when he had opportunity to play, he was actually fine. He did well, actually. But unfortunately, I didn't get the whole thing of being too raw on the day where he was the only lively player on the pitch. But we move on from that. And Roger, I wanted to say something quickly. It's easy to look at this lineup and take the argument English bias and run with it. But I don't think that's the case.
Because he would have started Carney then.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Unfortunately, some of the players we're seeing on the pitch had to start because we can't do otherwise. It's as simple as that. But it's easy because we're frustrated to run with that. And I would have loved Christian Pulisic to get a chance rather than Raheem Sterling, actually. But we've looked at the numbers. We've taken our time to look at the numbers the other day and say that may well be the driving force behind Frank Lampard's selections, if that makes sense. Let me catch up with what we have in the chat here. Ultimately, Silva won't be around much longer to play, and Kante is now chronically injured. We need younger players to step up. It's disappointing that Chiku, even when impresses, doesn't get a look in. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. And Frank is trying to, he would tell you he gave him a chance. And was he poor? No, he was excellent. One of the best players on the pitch on the day. Dacho Fofana doesn't even get treated with respect. Should have been loaned if shown for Havertz and Dead Robert games. Here's the thing: he was signed from the same league that Dortmund. Was it Dortmund who signed Haaland first? Some people are saying, yeah, he scored that many goals in that league. Look, there are defenders, and defenders don't defend differently in those leagues. And goalkeepers don't only use their feet; they use their hands too. And there are so many aspects of Dacho Fofana's numbers. When you look at them, you will ask the question of why isn't he getting a chance? But like I've said, I don't blame Frank. He was actually he was nowhere when Frank came back. I don't think I just stop it here and say Graham Potter didn't do him justice, really. He did him dirty, rather. I'm going to skip quite a few because we have a lot to catch up with. I cannot be getting everybody's comment. There's other people that I haven't read any of the thing. At this point, our lineup does sound like a political issue. Like I'm saying, it's easy to take them wrong with it. But when you say politics, from what perspective? There are too many angles to it. If we have to be specific, but I don't want us to take it wrong with it. Everything ends today. We have a fresh start. Very soon. Nothing about these looks strategic. It doesn't in so many ways. Like Roger argued, he's better off. We're better off starting those two youngsters that started centrally. It takes them playing consistently or constantly, or maybe playing together to learn how to play without the experienced heads. It takes playing games to gain experience, and this is more of a preseason than a Premier League game since we're here already. Honestly, I am just relaxed with this game and not bothered with what Lambs is doing. Good luck to Lambs in the future in the pursuit of another managerial job. That's a better way to say it, and I like that from you, brother. How has the game passed all by? Barcelona already have a deal in principle to sign him this summer. He's going to go back to Barca and score goals like he was doing before he came to Chelsea. And I wish him all the best. He's a fine goal scorer. It hasn't worked for him at Chelsea for a multitude of reasons, but that's not why we're here. What we're here to discuss. Alba doesn't play, but we have smoke for Alba. We still don't know what Havertz can do, and yet we don't have the same energy for him, who has been flopping for 3 years. Okay, I get where you're coming from, Neil, but Neil, more importantly, I hope you're doing well. We have just 27 likes, people. We have a few minutes to round of the show. We should be doing better than that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Roger, let's look at this. On the left-hand side, Newcastle, they have pace there. They have St. Maxima. They have Gordon playing one of the three midfielders. You can argue what Frank has done is try to match them structure for structure. Will that work? I don't know. And Gordon can also be explosive. And I don't think we have enough to deal with them effectively on the left-hand side here. Not Loftus-Cheek, not Madueke. For pace, maybe because it's a back four, I think Aspilicueta can actually be effective to a considerable extent. It's not a wing back role where you can say he doesn't have the legs to fulfill that role effectively. If Ruben Loftus-Cheek can help, I think he'll still be effective in this game. But what do you make of the left-hand side of Newcastle? Do you think we'll be able to deal with them?
You're right. He's going to probably, meaning Aspie, will probably have far more defensive responsibilities. I don't expect him to go up top, other than for, even for taking corners. I don't think you're going to see much of an offensive output from him, but because of his defensive responsibilities based on Newcastle's speed, it's of more paramount importance, I believe.
Ty, what do you make of that Newcastle left-hand side? Do you think we'll be able to deal with them with what we have on our end? Okay, Phil, you can go ahead. Go ahead. Ty is here. Go ahead, Ty.
From what I've seen, because for some people, hello. You would know this, coach. I support Newcastle as well. That's not people.
It's a shame. I didn't know why I let you in.
Dead to me.
You're dead to me, Ty. I didn't know why I let you in. I totally forgot. Why did I let you in? But Ty, tell us your mind.
No, I'm not.
Do opposition analysis for us. I know. We're just kidding. Do the opposition analysis for us. Can we start from the left-hand side? Do you think we can deal with them with what we have on our right-hand side?
Anthony Gordon hasn't really been the greatest player for Newcastle. He's done okay, but he hasn't really played much since He hasn't played consistently since he joined them. I think it was in January. Or was it in the summer? I remember. I haven't really seen him play consistently, but the left side, St. Maximan, we've known St. Maximan. He's a showboater as well. He's always been a player who does tricks and everything. And he's
product is always zero.
So our right side, my concern is my concern is with him versus Aspie, because he's
okay.
because Almiron.
Almiron is on the right hand side of Newcastle, but
The
go
left,
ahead. You're
yeah, or
speaking
left.
about our right hand side. Go ahead.
Yeah, Saint Maximin on that side because Saint Maximin is at showboat. So he does trickery, and he tries to get past players. And Aspi hasn't really been the greatest in terms of like, with pace. So yeah, in terms of that side with Longstaff and everything, it's gonna be a good side to watch because Loftus-Cheek will also have to be very clinical. Yes, he'll have to focus, and he's gonna have to be on. Yes, he's gonna have to be on great focus. He has to focus because St. Maximan is a player you have to watch. Longstaff is also another player who's really had a good season. He was one of those players who was not really considered a player with a future at Newcastle after the takeover, but he's made that the side, he's made the position his own, and he's made a big name for himself in the side. So it's important. Gumaraj is a very excellent player since he's joined Newcastle. Um, his creativity will be one that you have to be careful for. Isak has slowly come into his own, and he's become more clinical. And Almiron has been very good for most of the season, so you have to watch him. And that's my concern with Lewis Hall as well, because Lewis Hall, although he's good going forward, he does have shortcomings in the defensive side, and we saw that against Man United. He was passed quite easily, and that's important to watch. Gallagher has to be very on point as well because Almiron and Trippier are always working well together. They always have that 1-2 touch on that side, so you have to be careful of him. But it's a lineup where it's customary in Newcastle. The only difference is that Joe Linton isn't really starting, and he's been a player that has really been remodeled.
He's been effective
He
for
as
them.
that midfielder. Yeah, because in the past, Jolinton was playing as the attacker, and he was really scoring. He was missing a lot, and it's the appointment of Eddie Howe has been very influential for him because Eddie Howe has helped him in his development, and now he's been more clinical as a midfielder or as attacking midfielder. So with Newcastle, that is a strong team as well. Matt Target is a player that obviously we know from Aston Villa in the past, but he's a special player, and it's important that our right side is very focused because say Maxman has the pace, Anthony Gordon has energy, and with the inclusion of Gumaraj and Anderson, you're gonna have to be careful of that midfield. So it's gonna be a battle of the midfield as well because Fernandez is gonna have to be on top of his game as well. But Gumer is obviously known for being a player
Yeah.
who
Yeah,
can.
and see,
I
see,
don't know.
they've done so well. This game is not that important to them. They just for pride's sake, or maybe just confidence booster going into the next season. That even their top scorer, Callum Wilson, isn't even started. That's to show you. But this is still quality. They still have quality on the pitch.
Actually, Coach, correct me if I'm wrong. Ty, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it more important to be in third than fourth because don't you have to play some qualification games for the group prior to the group stage of the Champions League, or has that changed now?
I think that's changed. I think if they're in the top four, they ought or how is it?
Automatically qualified.
Yeah.
For the group
Yeah,
stage, the fourth, because it used to be a couple of years ago that you had to play a couple of qualifications. Do you remember?
Just one game, one playoff game.
Yeah, something to that
No,
effect.
they qualified. They qualified for the group stage. They're going
Okay,
straight
so
to
I
the group
wasn't
stage.
I wasn't too sure. So therefore, it is a meaningless game other than positional sense and or a few million for the position.
They're
Okay.
going to want to finish third, surely. They're going to want to finish third and try to build on it.
Wow, and their goal difference isn't really bad. The only case it can be for Chukwuemeka in place of Gallagher. Otherwise, out of all available players, our best team is on the pitch. A very close call between Felix and Havertz. Maybe that's a solid argument, really, because we don't have a traditional number 9, not even on the bench.
Well, and Havertz also is good at holding up the ball and also height too. So,
but you know where my question lies with that. We don't bite with that fluid approach.
No, I get
and
it.
it's concerning. Yeah, we don't
want
settle defenders.
Logic. There's also logic to it, sense too.
But
are you serious? Are defenders aerially or inept? You must agree on that.
Chalobah isn't the best aerially. No, aerially I think we're poor. Even Thiago Silva sometimes can be poor aerially.
Very poor aerially,
Yeah.
defensively and
so
offensively.
it's a concern. It's a concern really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Francis,
Chalobah
just
is
give
more
me.
poor
Yeah, go
early.
ahead, Francis.
I was about to say Chalobah is more poor with air balls. Like I don't know, when this guy jumps, it's scary.
Yeah, he's poor aerially, and that's one aspect that Fofana is better than him. But he's a better defender of the two at the moment. That's how I see it.
And also when he
let's
clears
see.
the ball, he just booms it. Like sometimes you have to put it on the player's direction.
Yes. But I think he does the basics very well as a defender. Doesn't take too much risk. I think that with time, as he matures, I think we can see more of him. And you could say he's lacked confidence for a while, but I think he's better off right now. He's come back. Chelsea had a big opportunity to use the rest of the season as a preseason, but owners ruined it. Here's the thing. Yeah, we knew that it was going to be difficult for Frank Lampard to just start young start. Like he said it openly. He has to think about his job too. His resume is important to him. Apparently, Carney doesn't train well. Glenn, what's your source? Glenn 10. You know how we operate here. I want to know. What's your source, please? Like and subscribe. It is the last time of the season. After every storm, there's a sunshine. And we will do a season review, 2022-23 review, and then we'll do 23-24 preview. But I think that one probably would have to wait until the new schedule, Premier League schedule is out before we do that. We usually do that. And it's usually fun. Roger is anticipating that one. I get why Modric and Fofana have been taken out of limelight after their struggles, but the astronomical sums, sums we paid, they should be auto in a mid-table team. In fact, they're not shows at the deep issues. I'm not sure I quite understand that. Sorry about that. Fofana is too busy with show-offs. That's one thing I didn't like. That's the truth. He needs grounding up because he clearly lacks a focus on defending. It's not about showing off. The primary, the basics is just, you don't have to be too fancy. It's about the shutting up, put the opponent up. Yeah, I get it. He's a ball carrier, but sometimes that can be risky. The link to Titop's YouTube channel is already pinned at the very top. He's shared it again there in case you don't see it. Please follow the links, go subscribe. Chalobah has been better than Fofana all the time. He's set for 15 minutes against City Cup. Chalobah carries himself as an excellent defender. Okay. Big up, and I think Frank trusts him better than Wesley Fofana. I've said that myself. Yes, the link to Titop's YouTube channel. I'm not going to dwell on that too much. It's pinned at the top. Please go check it out. We don't have too much time. Wesley Fofana and Mihailo Modric have been very immature and underwhelming. Hopefully, Poch can help them. Poch's thing is to help young players, and I think he'd help bring the best out of them. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have just 3 likes to get it to 30. Let's get it to 30 at least. And again, once more, here's a link to Titus' YouTube channel. Pinned at the top. Go check it out. And he will be releasing a video either today or tomorrow. He told me why Mauricio Pochettino will succeed at Chelsea. Subscribe and be sure to let him know I sent you. Nemanja always using his mom's account. Thank God today is Lampard's last game. Lots of us are happy that that's the case. Black English players need to be treated way better than this. We don't have to mention that nationality there too. I don't like to go into down that route if that makes sense. Kachila, to be honest, the last 3 games have been an audition for the squad, carried out in coordination between Lampard and Poch. You think that's the case? One can argue there are hints to that. To a certain measure, maybe the young stars playing the last game may be. That may well be the case, but I don't know. It makes sense to a certain extent, but sometimes you'd also argue that Frank's priority will be, to at least get a win or 2 because of his coaching career. Morning to you too, Neri Hushford, and panel and person in the chat. Up to Charles, I hope you guys were well. I hope you're well too. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's see what we have here from Kunle Kuku saying, should CFC rest jersey number 9 for a while? Who's jersey number 9? Who wears number 9 for us? Okay, just the number. Just a number. Only Hasselbank wore it successfully. Kezman, Crespo, Bularus. Was Bularus a number 9? Oh, he was a defender, but he wore the number 9. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't remember.
Isn't it Khalid? Is it Khalid or who? Is it Portuguese? Bularus wore number 9, but he was a defender. Falcao, Torres, Morata, Higuain. Next season will make us really happy. Maybe we should do that. Drogba wore 11. Drogba didn't wear number 9.
It's a cursed number, isn't it?
Yeah. So nothing new. Nothing new about Lampard. He will definitely play Gallagher over KDB. I think he will, because KDB will not give you what Gallagher will give him. Or maybe he will find a way to accommodate both. Coach, I hope one day you will get 1 million of subs. You deserve it. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. We deserve it. We're a community now. Honestly, I wish I would find co-hosts. There's a lot planned out. I think we should be doing way better than we're doing. But finding co-hosts is a very difficult thing. But I think it's going to happen. I'm talking with a few people. Hopefully that happens. Thank you so much for saying that, Kim. So that's very kind of you. But we're where we are today because we work together. Drogba wore 11 shirt, not number 9. Best wishes to you as ice hockey fans, and good luck for next championship. This time, we Lavia take bronze. We want it good. Next time, Canada just had a narrow escape in semifinals. I don't know why I don't follow ice hockey, but it's a tough one, though. Coach will get 1 million. Amen. Maybe the other channel. This one is too niched to Chelsea, but never say never. If it happens, then we'll take it. Then we can be growing. So, Roger, your final thoughts. What do you expect of the game, and what do you think the outcome would be?
Outcome, it's probably realistically a draw or a loss. I can't see us winning it.
Okay.
And I'm being polite on that. But I just want to see the application of the players. I want to see an effort. I would like to see us being clinical. But let's see. And I'm not talking about own goals, by the way. I just want us to see us improve incrementally, and let's see if we can do that. But that's basically what I want us to see. I want us to excel individually and collectively. I was really pleased with the way we played out the backfield the last game. So
I was thinking the only change we need to make was just make one change up front and then bring experience into the back line.
Yeah, I get your logic on that, but because of the misfortune and the luxury of having this as a preseason game, I honestly would have wanted Fofana and Chalobah so they can build upon a relationship and an understanding of each other. But I get your logic, though. Yeah, I don't want to see us lose 5-0, 6-0, etc., or 4-1. But it's the price you pay for experience.
Yeah.
So
Gallagher has won a goal of the season. I think that goal against Crystal Palace. That Coiler, I remember. I think he deserves it.
Really?
Go ahead, Roger, if you were still saying something.
That's goal of the season.
He deserves it.
I don't know. Koulibaly's was pretty bloody amazing.
The volley?
Yeah. That stuck out
maybe
for
I
me.
think maybe the difficulty in executing the goal, executing the shot in the first place, maybe. Coach, you guys have done, yes, I like that's the language that you guys, not just coach. You guys have done an amazing job. Please let us know how we can contribute better. Is there a WhatsApp group we can join? Okay, start by joining on Twitter, then we can talk about a WhatsApp group. I know that's a reigning thing these days. Start by joining on Twitter. I know lots of people don't like to do the WhatsApp thing because it can lead to many people strangers seeing their numbers. I'm not sure if it hides numbers. I don't think it does. But yeah, we can start by following on Twitter or Instagram. Let's talk about that, brother. Kunle Kuku, I know it's a Nigerian thing. Lots of WhatsApp groups out there. But thank you so much for people out there. 3-0 Newcastle, Kim, so think so. Let's see what happens. Time to make money, Kim. So big up to you, brother. Much love, and I respect you. Thank you for everything. Coach covering, thank you for everyone else. The panelists, please, more importantly, don't say as if it is coach alone. Despite this season being so bad, let's get a solid draw today and play well. And yeah, sometimes I've had the urge not to do shows because of how down I am due to Chelsea performances, but you just have to put up a straight face. And thanks to the panelists also, all of them put up straight face and pretending like everything is all right. It's a preseason game, coach. Just as the last 3 games have been, let's go out and have fun. The season is over. That's the biggest positive here. This is coach. You should do a Discord. We're on Discord too. I don't know how I find it difficult to share the link. I don't know. I'm not too used to difficult. I haven't paid attention, but I think I will share that. I think we'll do a halftime show, but members only, unfortunately. But let's see what happens. Thank you so much to everyone that has found time to join this pregame show. It's awesome. We have just 29 likes, but it's still a good number. A few more things I'm going to get. This says, Coach and panel, thank you for all the season laughs, smiles, and fun. Big up. You guys will be back. Yep. We're not actually stopping. We will follow the preseason games. Maybe take a few days break. We'll also follow the transfer window. So there's no break for us that much. This lineup explains why Lampard is considered clueless. He doesn't learn at all. Unfortunately, ole, Lavia. Okay, congratulations to you. Your team won, brother. With that, Roger, thank you so much. And Ty, thank you so much for finding the time to join. Let's go watch the game. Hopefully we get a win. Thank you so much. God bless us all, and bye.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Much love.